Welcome everyone to our tabletop video explanation of
Day two
of BGG Con Fall 2022.
So we woke up in the morning and went to the exhibition hall.
There
was a bunch of different designers. They had game shops there also. We got to play new games that were just out, games that are fixing to come out on Kickstarter next year, and
some that were currently on Kickstarter as
Mm-hmm.
of recording this, and almost done.
So we did a couple of interviews. So
Hi, welcome to
TableTalk.
We're about to do a walkthrough of the BGG Fall exhibit hall. Take a walk with us.
Yeah, let's go.
So here at BGG Fall is Halcyon Games, where they sell mystery boxes. They have different values. It's labeled what type of game is in the box. This one is a family game, value $170 for $150, and they got a couple of different others. So one of the pros of coming to a con is getting a mystery box and buying the games. So here is Riftway Games, and they are having Unluckables on Kickstarter. This is Diamond. She's going to talk to us about the games.
Yes. So Unluckables is a take that style light engine builder where you can play tricks on the other players while you're trying to build up your engine. So your engine is you're generating skellies, which is this little cute skull-like symbol here. The skellies are Unluckables' favorite candy, and you attract them to your home by producing their candy. So in the game, you're going to collect these Unluckables in your hand so that you can adopt them. This one's Batty. He is one of our level 1 cost Unluckables. So when you have a home, you can automatically adopt Batty into your home. So when you adopt Batty, you start generating more skellies. So the orange home has Batty and 1 skelly generation from its Unluckables. So you're at 2 generation. The object of the game is to get to 13 skelly generation to end the game and win. Throughout the game, you'll find different types of cards, such as the collection card. If you get the unique collection of candy corn, gingerbread, peppermint, and cupcakes, you earn a bonus generation. So all 4 Unluckables will give you a bonus of 3. If you only have 3 of the 4, you'll get a bonus of 1 generation. Collections are nice because that bonus doesn't go away. Within the game, you'll have different ways of affecting other players. So this trick is the stuffed dodo. The stuffed dodo is near and dear to our hearts because we have dodos in our other game, Beast Edge of Extinction and Revenge of the Dodos. It makes an appearance as a trick that you can attach to another player's card without an item. That prevents them from putting other items on there that may help their Unluckable. Overall, your goal is to be ahead and find the most unique Unluckables in the deck so that you can continue to generate more and more skellies.
All right, so here we are with Cat in the Box. Here is Kevin, who is demoing the game.
Yes. So a little bit about Cat in the Box. It's like a trick-taking game, area control, hand management hybrid. But the biggest difference between this and most other trick-taking games is the cards have no suit. So when you play a card, you declare what suit they are. So for example, maybe I play this 5 here. That is a green 5. So on the player board, I will place this on the green 5. Not everybody must follow suit in playing green. However, at any point in time, instead of following suit, you may decide to remove your marker and say, okay, I have no more green. And instead, you can now play in any of the 3 other suits. Yellow, green, and blue are all treated equally. Red is trump. So if somebody were to declare that they're going out of green, they would play into red potentially and then win that trick. At the end of the game, whoever has the beginning of the game, I apologize, everybody will make a bid on how many tricks they think they're going to take. Maybe I said I was going to take 3 tricks and I took exactly 3 tricks. Well, then at the end, I will get a bonus based on my largest orthogonally adjacent cluster. So that'll be a bonus 4 points on top of those 3 tricks I took. Now, there is one more element to this. It's Schrodinger's cat, so there is a paradox potential. So perhaps I said I was out of green too early on in the game, and all I have left in my hand is a 3 and a 4. And all the other 3s and 4s have been taken. Well, now instead of gaining a point for every trick I've taken, I'll lose a point for every trick I've taken. So it's a nice blend of area control, hand management, and trick taking.
So this game was really popular. So how many copies did you have and how long did it take to sell out?
We only brought 100 copies and we sold out by 1:30. So we sold out first day in a few hours. It was good. Two and a half hours? 3? Yeah, 3 hours, 3.5 hours.
All right, so if we wanted a copy, what should we do?
You can check us out at beziergames.com. You can go ahead and have one of these QR codes. I know you guys already got a copy.
Yeah.
But yeah, go to beziergames.com. You can go ahead and pre-order it there.
All right, so I really enjoy Cat in the Box. It was a cute little trick-taking game, really different from the others. And so, yeah, we got a copy. So here is another game we tried demoing. 3 to 5. It's Kingdom Come, and he's going to explain us the game.
So essentially, it's like a culmination of a bunch of traditional games from childhood, dice, dominoes, checkers, chess, all that mixed in with kind of Yu-Gi-Oh twist. But essentially, there's 4 kingdoms, each one based off of a different card suit, different play style, different function, different aesthetic. There, you pick one, your opponent picks another, and you basically duke it out on a chess-like board using your pieces in your deck. So you have your characters, and each kingdom comes with a certain set of weapons.
So like these guys.
And any of them can use any of the weapons, but they all have one destined weapon. So if you have that, it gives you an extra perk in the game. And yeah, last man standing wins.
So
I thought this game was really cute. The artwork was great.
I did all of it.
Okay, and this game is coming to Kickstarter soon.
Soon, yes. Currently building our audience. Once we get to a certain point, then we'll move into the Kickstarter. So follow us. Welcome to Kingdom Come on Instagram.
So just so you have very much like chess, so you have each of your individual pieces, like your king, queen, bishop kind of situations.
Right.
And then your movement is going to be mostly on the shapes, right?
Correct.
So
It's not a tile, you cannot move it. Only on places with clear cover.
On a heart symbol.
And we set this up in the beginning of the game, so it's always different every game.
Something where like
True.
you know, it's like if we were
Anyway.
playing right now and you
So-
had the
So look forward to Kingdom Come soon.
then you would
right.
then
Thank you.
negate.
So here is Nick. He created Binho, and he's going to do a little explanation of his game.
Yes. So this is the Binho board. It's actually our United States World Cup edition board. But basically, it's a sports-style, soccer-style flicking game, dexterity game. And basically, I shoot, and then my opponent shoots right there. Yep. And so we're both trying to be the first one to get to 7. Like, you know, create angles, and there you go. That's a nice shot right there. Nice little bank pool shot, if you will. There's also a yellow-red card system. So, you know, if I double touch them all, that's a yellow. If I do it in my box, it's a red. If I shoot it out of bounds, from outside my box, it's yellow. I shoot it outside of the arena, in my box, it's a red. On a yellow, it's just a warning. I'm on a yellow now. And if I get a red, I'm going to lose a player, and my opponent is going to shoot anywhere behind this line, and this player's out for the rest of the game. So now I'm playing with a player down the rest of the game. Makes it more difficult. And yeah, there's a lot of different strategy. The bands are made of elastic, 6 different elastic bands to keep the bounce the same throughout. So you can use that for strategy to create angles. You can also do pop shots if you want to get risky, like so. But if a risk, it may go out of bounds, and you may get a card. And other than that, there's just a lot of geometry applied. There's a lot of, I've seen incredible amounts of strategy, and the variability of things that can happen. It's my favorite part. It's basically infinite. We see a new shot every game, and I've been doing it for 4 years. So.
Well, this is a really cute game if you like soccer or dexterity. And I think it's really family friendly. I think the kids will love it. And if you're interested, check it out. They do have a website.
It's www.binhoboard, which is BINHO, board, BOARD.com. And that's, we have all of our World Cup options. Arsenal and Liverpool are 2 big clubs we just signed with. And then we have our base models too, which are great starters.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
All right. Here's another game we demo. It's called Blue Jays. It's like a little puzzling game, and we're gonna learn a quick play of this game.
So the way you play this game is you match out your colors and symbols from one card to another in an effort to make the next person draw. Wilds match every single shape, and so if you match this colored on the background, it'll make the next person draw. Block squares make it a little bit harder for the next person to play because you can no longer play on those squares. So if I wanted to, I could play this card right here, just like that, and the wild matches the shape underneath it, the colored background matches, and the next person would draw 1 card because they're both attributes in the square are matching. If I wanted to, I could also play it this way here because the blue matches the blue, but since the heart does not match the J, it does not make the next person draw.
And the goal of the game?
So there are 3 different ways to win this game. At the beginning of the game, everybody's dealt out 3 cards. If you run out of cards, you win. Otherwise, if you play through this entire deck and you can't draw when you need to, the game is over, and whoever has the least amount of cards at that point wins. Otherwise, there are 4 cards in the entire deck that have this blue and white striped background with the letter J. And if you make this pattern here line up, just like that, you automatically win. The game is over. Anytime you win a game, you get a round winner token card, which looks like that. And you have 9 of those included with the entire game. Play 9 rounds. Whoever has the most wins the game.
Awesome. And how can I get a copy?
You can buy it from us here at BGG, or you can go to our website at jayzeta.com. That's JAYZETA.com.
And you want to talk more about your website?
Sure. Actually, you can also, there's certain things you can do as well. We actually do a post of like scenarios and puzzles where we make it your turn and we give you a scenario of how you would win. And you just basically say either 1, 2, 3, or 4. And if you answer correctly, you also go into a drawing. And at the end of every month, we give away a free game of Blue Jays.
That's awesome. So check out their website and see if you like the game. So we're going to get a quick walkthrough of their website.
So basically go to jayzeta.com. It's JAYZETA.com. It'll bring you to this page. And you click on the upper 3 left, whatever that is.
Hamburger.
Yeah, the hamburger. And you can actually go down and you can go down to digital, or it's actually help guides. And you go down to Blue Jays Video Help. And you can actually get all the rules, and there's a quick video on every single rule, all the way through all 11 rules, and it actually goes through and gives you some tips and tricks, and maybe it also goes through and gives you some strategy as well. But yeah, there's tons and tons of video. And then of course there's also solo play Blue Jays, so you can play this game by yourself, and it actually takes you through how to actually play the game solo.
Hey everyone, we're here at BGG and I'm with Brian. We talked about Terrorscape, which is an asymmetric game. Want to talk more about it?
So yeah, Terrorscape is an asymmetric horror game in which we have one killer and 3 survivors. There's always 3 survivors in the game, no matter if you're playing 1v1 or 1v2 or 1v3. The killer's job is to try to kill one of the survivors, and the survivor's job is try to escape the house. Survivors can escape the house one of 2 ways. They can collect 5 keys, and they'll, as the progression goes, the killer will see how far they're going. Or they can repair the radio in the living room, and once they repair the radio, which takes 5 repair, they trigger a call for help. They put up a rescue call up here, and then it triggers the end of the game. There's 5 rounds left before help arrives. The killer has to try and kill one of them in those 5 turns. That's essentially the game. The killer makes a lot of noise. This one's got a chainsaw. It's called the Butcher. So they always know where the killer is. Killer announces where he goes as he goes. The killer does not know where the survivors are, so we have some tokens here denoting the different survivors, and our killer can try to kind of sort of figure out. They do make some noise from time to time that tips them off a little bit. It's essentially a game of hide and seek at that point, waiting out for them to either get the 5 keys and escape out the door, or repair the radio and get help.
So that's Terrorscape. I got to demos. I thought it was really fun. The only thing is that I died almost immediately. Anyway, so check out Terrorscape.
Yeah, if you check it out on Kickstarter, we're going on to Kickstarter probably in about February, and it should be somewhere around $65, $75 MSRP. So very affordable game, and what you see is what you get into this box. We have 3 different killers, 5 different survivors to choose from, and as you play with different killers, it gets quite a bit.
Well, welcome back to TableTalk. Today is Sunday, the last day of BGG Fall. Here we are with Dustin and his game, The Quest Kids. You can talk to us about it for a few minutes.
Sure. The Quest Kids is a dungeon crawler for kids, ages 5 and up. So the idea behind it is sort of a fantasy game as your first game. So it kind of replaces some of the traditional games that you're used to playing as your first real game, like Sorry or Shoots and Ladders or Candyland or something like that. So I'm happy to sort of talk about how it plays real quick.
Yeah, quick playthrough.
Yeah, sure. So in the Quest Kids, you're a team of heroes. The Quest Kids, as you're exploring the cave of Tolk the Wise. So you're trying to scare away bad guys, find treasure, and earn stars. So the game is a cooperative game. Is a competitive game. The player at the end of the game with the most stars is the winner. But it does encourage cooperation. So we'll talk about how that works here in a second. The main mechanic behind the game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There you go. Sure. The main mechanic in the game, the main decision players are making, is what dungeon tile to explore. The green tiles are always good. So if you flip over a green tile, it's going to be something that the players need to help them during their adventure. So in this example, it would be 2 power cards. They would get the 2 power cards. So if they go to green, they always know it's something that will help the character. If they go to a gray tile, sometimes it's better, right? Better things, 3 versus 2, and a treasure. Treasure gets you stars towards the end of the game. But also it could be, and that's a treasure as well, but it could be a bad guy. Here, Sage. So Sage requires a power and a wisdom, a purple and a red card to scare away. So if a player has, let's say, for example, over here maybe, Ivy would have 1 power, but doesn't have the wisdom needed to scare away Sage, Ivy can ask for help from their friends. And so if a friend has a wisdom, they can give Ivy the wisdom, and she's able to scare away the bad guy, earning the stars towards the end of the game. But the person that helped gets a kind kid card, which is this, and the kind kid cards are always good. So they help you out. Usually the kind kid cards are more valuable than the ability card that the person helped out with. So it really does incentivize cooperation in that way. The game's over once all the dungeon tiles are explored and all the bad guys are dealt with. Then you count up your stars, and the player at the end of the game wins. The player at the end of the game with the most stars wins.
That sounds great. I always wanted to try to get kids into dungeon crawl.
Yeah.
I like how this is a little easy version, get kids interested. So, and where would we be able to get this game?
Our website is treasurefallsgames.com is the name of the company, but it's also available. Appreciate it.
So
Go.
here we are with Jason, and he designed the game Clandestine, and he's going to explain to us about his game.
Thank you, Bernadette. So in Clandestine, you and your opponents are building up secret societies around a small town. And what makes this game unique is that each society carries its own deck of secrets, which have a lot of ways to interact with the game. But each society consists of its own private rondel, where you're moving leaders around and collecting followers to strengthen your actions. Your rondel intersects with a public rondel that everyone can use that also has public leaders, which can constantly move the followers around the town, taking them over to the other societies where it might benefit them more. This will, throughout the game, you are trying to acquire fundraise to get coins and going out into the world and discovering new relics and ultimately trying to ascend to new levels of power. The game ends when one player has ascended up to level 5, in which case all players calculate their intrigue points, which are the victory points in the game, and the winner is the one with the most intrigue points. Clandestine plays 1 to 5 players and takes about 90 minutes to play.
All right, so I really like this game. It gives me a reminiscence of the old Mancala game. I really like that style. So where will we get a copy of this?
Well, Clandestine is going to be coming to Kickstarter early next year, so around February or March 2023. You'll be able to find us online at Kickstarter. If you want to hear more, you can sign up for our newsletter. When you can find out when it's going to launch, you can go to brookspungames.com. That's Brooks, P-U-N, games.com.
All right, thank you, Justin. Oh, thank you, Jason.
That's all right.
Welcome back.
Okay.
After we did some interviewing of in the exhibition hall of some games, where did we go?
To the flea market?
Yes, we did the virtual flea market. So
let me explain how the virtual flea market works. This happens, the transactions happens before, I don't know how to explain it. Okay, so
virtual flea market. It's on the website. You go in, people can sign up as sellers and buyers.
And they post games for sale. And months before the event. So this is a couple months before the event. People are posting these games. You scroll through them. You want to buy them. You'll say, hey, I want to buy your game. They also
negotiate a deal or how much you're going to pay for them.
Or you could do auction and bid. So you could, some people are like, this price. And some people are like, oh, starting bid, this price. And so I bought a bunch of games before the BGG Con even started. We got 19 games from the flea market. So during this time, you would go and meet with your seller, and you would just pay the money, and they get you the game.
Meet up and do money to game exchange.
Yeah, it was very. It ran very smoothly, very organized. They had a map of the table, alphabetized by.
The only disorganization is the buyers searching for the sellers.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking for this person. Where are they at?
But it's alphabetized. The only issue with me was they have the person has their real name, and then they have their username, and I did not know what it was under. Apparently, it's labeled under their username.
You wrote down a little bit of both.
So we just kind of zigzagged back and forth looking for these sellers, and then getting some games. So we got some great games. Some were good prices. Some were okay prices, and some I did find cheaper at the bazaar later on in the convention. So
happens.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some. I think it averages out.
So yeah.
Do you want me to talk about some of the games we bought?
Sure.
Of the 19 games. Okay, so we bought the big game that I bought as a surprise for Matt. Was Ticket to Ride 10th anniversary.
One step closer to a complete collection.
He was pretty excited. It was a little bit more than what I wanted to pay for, but it is out of print. Not ever going to come back. So I thought, why not? Let's get it now. That was the main game. The other games I bought was Kingdom Builder. What?
Yep, Kingdom Builder. That's one.
Okay, and let's see. There was a detective game.
Is a Detective a modern crime board game?
Yes, Detective a modern crime board game. I bought Cosmic Encounter, but that's more for my brother, not for us really. We bought Word Slam. We bought
let's see, what else? I already forgot. I can't remember. It has a bull on the cover.
Oh, Speculation.
That one.
It's an older game, out of print. You're trying to speculate if the stock is going up or down, so you buy and sell stock. That's why it's called Speculation.
King of Roses?
Yeah, that's a 2-player game. I don't really know too much about that, except for it's a 2-player game. Oh, Shadows over Camelot. That is an out-of-print game. I did buy it more than what I would like to pay for. There's speculation that it's going to come back into print, but I didn't want to wait for it. We'll see how much I still like it or not. And what are a couple of the other games? It's like here and there.
I mean, that is the brunt of what we bought.
Yeah.
That's kind of the big ones.
The main event was Ticket to Ride. Everything else was like side.
The main event? That's not the main event. That is that's the holy grail.
Yes. Okay.
That's we spent a questionable amount of money.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
But yeah, so that was.
I liked it. It kind of later on when we went to the bazaar, it did make me feel like I didn't need to buy as many games. It like curved my need to buy games because I bought so many.
Like being really hungry and then eating a meal and then someone saying, "Hey, you want to eat again?" And you'd be like, "Kind of full."
So yeah,
I'll have dessert. Let me buy like 2 games.
So yeah, that's kind of how it happened. And then after the bazaar, we went to, what did we do after the bazaar?
It wasn't the virtual flea market.
The virtual flea market.
Not to get them confused.
Okay.
We went to Hot Games table.
No, we actually did that in the morning, but whatever. The Hot Games table was games that were newly out.
We checked out a couple games. One of them being another social deduction game, being the Turing Machine. I like it. It is kind of like a computer, an analog computer, if you will, where you set up this thing with some prompts or questions kind of deal with these numbered punch hole cards, and you pick a number. So based on whatever colors and numbers, you make a set. You line them all up with them each other, and then you decide, I'm going to ask this prompt. It may say, is the square number, because the number is also represented with shapes,
less than
4, equal to or greater than 4.
Yeah.
And you'll line them all up. You'll put it on the answer key, and you'll either get a yes or no. And if it's yes, then whatever you chose as your square number,
4. Like the square,
your square number,
yeah,
it will let you know whether you are correct with that particular number. Yeah. And there are various other ones like
they're repeating number 3s
or something like that.
Yeah, it was interesting. I liked it. I wouldn't mind having it in the collection. And I would kick out Cryptid because I don't care for Cryptid as much. And I think to me it's similar. So if I get Turning Machine, I would call Cryptid.
I think that's not similar at all, except for the deductive reasoning part. Which, I mean, I know it's a big chunk of what it is, but Cryptid is more asking other players with a collective map.
Yeah.
Where this one is basically you're doing things on your own.
Yeah, that is true.
There's less player interaction, which is why I kind of mostly separate them.
Okay, so it is different. The similarity is the deduction base, but it gives me the same vibes, and that's how I feel. So,
I mean, yeah, Cryptid almost feels more adjacent to Clue than this game is like opposite.
Well, the other hot game was Flamecraft. We have that game already, the one that we know of, and then
which you've probably seen our unboxing.
Yes, and then a third hot game that we checked out was Cat in the Box, which I thought was really cute.
Own a copy now.
Yes,
and it's Trick Taker.
Yeah, there was other hot games, but we didn't have time to check them out because it's like there's so much to do, and there's other people at the table. So
yeah, we were there with friends, so we gotta
socialize and hang out with them,
and play games that we don't own in our collection. And we've also met other friends there that we've met at previous con. that games that they want to play. And and games that maybe we can teach them and stuff like that. So we had a lot of stuff going on.
So yeah, that's it for the hot games at that table. But there was hot new games at the library, like the games that we mentioned, like Wombat. That was a new game. So we did play a bunch of other new hot games.
So yeah, they had like 4 copies of Flamecraft.
Yes.
To check out.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that was it for day 2. Was there anything else you can remember?
Yes. At the end, towards the end of the night, we played a game called Hamlet. That was a game.
Well, it's considered a what was it? A logic game? Is that what logistical?
Logistical game.
Yes.
Of pick up and deliver of a sense.
Yes.
And it was a slog to
play,
learn.
Oh yeah, the rule book is kind of confusing, and we were new players, so we kind of didn't know what we're doing in the first 10 rounds.
It took much longer to play that game than it should have.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 25 per player, but it felt like an hour per player.
Oh, it was definitely. No.
So, I mean, I'm sure the game is much better now that we know how to play. If we play it again, it would run much better.
I would give it a chance. Part of me would say that I would play it again in a recent sense because I actually know how to play it.
Yes.
But at the same time, it was such a slog. I was like, I don't want to touch that game.
Yeah,
it's a interesting.
We had a very bad experience with the game, so
and don't get me wrong, the people we played with, they were great.
Yes, the game and the rulebook was the issue, not the people. So I mean, yeah, I really believe it would be a good game if you had someone teaching it to you and not having to read the rulebook, and it's not your first time. Like,
oh yeah, if we had somebody, I think that was teaching that knew the game like the back of their hands,
we would
and could literally walk us through it. Not just walk us through it, but if they can just be like, "Hey, I'm not gonna play, but I'm gonna show you what your turn looks like. Your first 4 turns should look like."
Yeah.
Just to be like, "Oh, that makes sense."
Yeah. Then it would
I know what I'm doing. How to do it.
A better experience. Yeah. Wait, did we also play Cheese Thief that night? I think we played it afterwards.
Yes, I think that is. We also played one more game. I think to top that night off.
Yes.
Was Cheese Thief.
It definitely brought us back happy because we were not happy after Hamlet. But
that was a hidden identity game. Which keep in mind, this one doesn't like hidden identity. games,
but I like this one.
This one was cute. It was going back to a previous day. It's in the same realm of the
hand-to-hand wombat.
Hand-to-hand wombat. Yeah. It was silly. It was fun. Basically, everyone gets a dice in a cup, and hidden identity. There is a bad mouse and
the cheese thief.
The cheese thief and a sleepy mice. And basically, it's everyone rolls their cup. Everyone looks at their secret identity, and then just like any other one, like werewolf kind of thing, it's
if you roll a 1, that's 1 o'clock. You wake up, you check if the cheese is there.
Yes.
If you're the thief, you would grab it, and then if you roll a 2, you would wake up, check if the cheese is there. And
then close your eyes, and then 3, then 4, 5, 6. And if at any point you are not the thief and you open your eyes and you are the only one, you could actually look at someone else's to kind of verify them.
Like, see if they woke up at the time they said they wake up. But here's the trick. If you and the cheese thief wake up in the same hour, they can see you stealing the cheese. Oh my gosh.
Now here's the fun part too, is after 6 o'clock, what we did is we opened our eyes so that everyone could put their hands in the middle, so make sure everyone was in reach of each other, then close their eyes, and the cheese thief can touch another person's hand to indicate you are now my accomplice.
Yes.
And you gotta help me steal this cheese.
Yes.
And then we opened our eyes and we just had a blast accusing each other.
Yes, 100%.
Which is more fun I've had in Hidden Identity in that sense than in a long time.
'Cause
I will admit.
We'd be like, oh, we woke up at 4 o'clock. The cheese was not there. Oh no, we woke up at 3 o'clock and the cheese was there. You know, it was
It's like, oh, that means someone at 3 stole it, or the person at 4 stole
like,
it.
who's telling the truth? I don't know. And it was funny because it was around where I was the cheese thief, and 2 other people woke up with me, and they saw me stealing the cheese. I don't know how you talk yourself out of that at the at the end of the phase. Whew, I got caught, obviously.
But yeah, we also had a round where the cheese thief and literally everybody but one person opened their eyes. That was that was funny because, yeah, I mean, if you're the cheese thief, you're talking right out of that one. You're
Yes.
talking about 2 people. Some disclaimer. We had let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We had 6 players. So yeah, 5 people had their eyes open.
Watching you steal the cheese. Oh my
4 other
gosh.
people in the studio.
Yes.
That was hilarious.
I was the one that was sleeping, so I missed out on the last, but I missed out on the initial opening the eyes shocker. But I enjoy this game, and I would love to have it in my collection. I think that's this might be my favorite hidden identity game. I don't know.
Yes, I think it's a game that we should bring to some other game nights that we have with other people.
Okay, so yeah, that definitely lifts our spirits. And then that was the last game of the night.
Yes, so that was day 2. Keep a lookout for our day 3.
All right, well, thanks for watching.
Please like and subscribe.
We'll see you in the next video.
Bye-bye for now.